Hey, hey, hey. We're live.
Oh, it's a bit weird being live.
I
Usually we're
know.
just chatting.
We're like fake live. Now we're live. I'm just going to share this to the Facebook group to see who we get.
All right.
Yeah, welcome anyone who is already watching. It's Q&A time. You can ask us something, preferably Eurovision related, I guess.
You're just limiting your audience, Mitch. What are you doing?
Or anything else. Okay.
How was your day?
It's pretty good. It's pretty chill. Well, no, it wasn't chill at all. I was editing.
I was gonna say, I don't think it would be chill. I know where you're at with editing.
Yeah.
What time did you wake up?
Oh, I woke up like at 8:30, but I went to sleep pretty late. So
8:30 a.m.
yeah.
You thought that was late?
No, I went to sleep like about 3 a.m. or something. So
And you think 8:30 a.m. is a late wake up?
I remember once it was like 11:30, and you're like, "Hi, just had breakfast."
Well, I went to sleep at like 2 a.m. last night, I think. I'm not quite sure what I was doing. I can't remember anymore. But I woke up at 10:30. And I did set an alarm just in case because I had work tonight. But my alarm was set for 3 p.m., which is a wake up whenever I want alarm.
Oh wow.
As in, the alarm probably isn't going to matter. 8:30 asleep in. Jeez. So you've been editing since 8:30 then?
Yeah. I tried to edit as many as I could, and I've got Sweden and Germany left, and I'm like, I'm just putting the results first because they're semi-final 2. I can deal with that later. I want this result video out, and then I'll just do those ones tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's what I'm at. And I had this
almost there. Home stretch. Hell Week. It's like a musical, except it's not a musical. It's Eurovision.
I'm gonna add this. I made this nifty thumbnail up for this video, and then on Google Hangouts they're like, you can't upload a thumbnail, and I'm like, oh, that sucks.
I've never actually used Google Hangouts to be real live before, so.
You can do it on there's a YouTube live version, okay. But it only lets you do one person, so yeah.
So you just avoid it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So send it over. I'm going to put it on my page as well in case anyone is up. But good afternoon.
That is such a cute thumbnail.
Oh, you saw it?
Well, you tagged me in it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry. You do the thing. I'll stop distracting you as much.
All right. And I'm going to yeah. I'm putting it on mine as well, but I don't know if anyone will be up. I'm going to go off actual Facebook now. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see if we have any questions. Where's the window? Not yet, but we have 3 watching. Hello, 3 people.
How do you tell that? Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't need to know. You need to know. You're the tech first.
Eurovision questions, ask away, or any questions, but preferably.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start off with any questions. What did you have for lunch?
And no, I'm going to ask a more deep question. Why is your account stuff called Oranges Are Pink? Are oranges really pink?
Oh, okay. Oranges are not really pink, much to my disappointment. It started off as a bit of a joke in high school. You know how, like, sometimes you just say things that are stupid for the sake of being stupid?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said oranges are pink because I don't know, I thought it was funny, and I had a friend who got really mad And like she was like, oranges are not pink. Stop saying it. So of course, like instead of not saying it anymore, I said it more. And so that's how it sort of started. But I'm friends with a bunch of nerds, and I love them dearly. So I brought it to youth group at church one week, and my youth leader was studying science. My best friend was super into science, still is. Now he studies it, like super into that sort of stuff. So they said, well, actually, if you think about it, we could potentially give you a working theory for how they could appear pink. And so they justified this for me. And it's something to do with like the red and blue shift of light. So if you're traveling towards the speed of light and an orange is being thrown at you, that at that speed, it could appear pink.
Oh my
And
god.
so I took that back to high school, and I told my friend, and she's like, no, get out. And so it became a thing. It was just a really elaborate joke that got out of hand, but it's also a really unique username. Like very, very few times have I found this taken it before me.
That's good.
Yeah,
Well,
but my Twitter's different because someone took it before me.
Oh damn.
So I got oranges pink with 2 Ks.
Well, we've got Judith saying hello from Israel. Hi, Judith.
Oh, hey.
Are you actually from Israel, or are you there just for Eurovision, like many are in Tel Aviv? Judith asks, what do we think of the new version of Home? I don't think either of us, I don't know which new version you're talking about. Maybe it's the one from rehearsals or something.
Can we watch videos in the Google chat?
Yeah. I'm just going to press out of that. Where's the chat? We're going to
I'm not going to search it though because I don't know how to what I'm searching for.
Thinking of the rehearsal. I'll just have a look. Okay, so yeah, this is probably going to be it. Yeah, we're looking at Home. This is a clip of him rehearsing for Eurovision. So this is all we get. So have a look at it.
My internet's catching up. I love the fireworks stuff.
What'd you say?
There's fireworks.
I know, it's full on. They got host country money.
Oh, it'd be bloody hot on stage though. Have you ever been to a concert where they've had like those go off in the middle of a song?
You can feel it.
But they just go off like once or twice. They were on for a good like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's just, an excerpt.
Yeah. I like it. He sings very theatrically, like physically, do you think?
Yeah, yeah. Like he's a really good singer. I got nothing against his singing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, we like Israel. Yeah. So
it's on fire.
Well, while we're waiting for comments, there was something I wanted you to look at.
Okay.
Try and find one that's open. Oh. Okay, check this out. You know that song that starts at the beginning of all the videos, by the way? There's like ding, 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 ding. Lamb's like,
they're like,
yeah, Lamb's like singing along to it, and he's like, "Can you give me the full version?" I was like, "I don't think there is a full version."
it's a jingle.
This is
I see he commented about how it changed as well.
how what changed.
Oh, there was one where like it was different, and he's like, "What? I've been ripped off."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like that. Whereas I sent you like a message over Facebook. I'm like, "Is there any reason?"
Yeah, you asked the same thing.
Recordings?
Yeah.
Well, you get used to it. It's like it's part of the branding identity. Like you've got the visuals and you've got the sound that goes with it. And if it's at the start of every single video, you're like, well, this is Eurovision 2019. And it was different. I'm like, is it really Eurovision 2019? Is it a mistake?
Alright, so I had gotten into the videos. So I'm gonna you can have a look at that link before we look at that. Ask any questions if you want. We're just here chilling for a little while. Ask us anything really. Eurovision preferred, but whatevs. And so Elysse is going to look at, in the meantime, this is a little quick snippet of every winner that's ever won Eurovision. It's an evolution.
Okay. Do you want live thoughts?
Yeah, you can just commentate.
Okay. We'll see how this goes. So, Switzerland, 1956. Classic. 57, Netherlands. They just like I don't want to say classic to everything, but they sound classic.
Yeah.
They've got the 60s sound, even though it's 1958 now, France. Like, it's just got that, like, ballad sort of vibe. Oh, 59's different. Sorry, I've paused it.
They'd be freaked out by the sound of today, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. But music's changed so fast.
Yeah.
Like, because of the progress of technology, we've got all these new sounds which have just expanded so rapidly. Not only do we have instruments which are like, you know, piano and guitar and all that jazz, we've got electric instruments, so acoustic instruments, we've got electric instruments, which comes with a bunch of like features such as distortion, so you can like get a guitar and it'll make 6 different sounds if you have the right pedals. But we've also got like synthesized instruments, aka stuff that we make on our computers, and that can sound like whatever the heck you want it to sound like. It might not even sound like an instrument, it might sound like a helicopter.
You've got microtones now.
Oh, well, you always had microtones. Microtones like have got a really rich history as well.
Really?
Yeah. Our Western standard scale is a relatively new thing. Like not like the last 100 years, but like you look back at history, and our scale is not something that existed back when like Beethoven was writing music. It was a different scale that was standard.
Wow.
Fun facts. So microtones have always been around because it like what is a note? What is the distance between notes? Who defined that? Who said, oh yeah, so C to D, that is a tone, that is a full tone, it is this much distance in terms of like hertz. Who decided that was the standard? Like it's just something that's like, I don't know, a rule that we've put into place. It doesn't necessarily mean that the other notes don't exist. They're just not acknowledged, I guess. Sorry, that went super existential.
What is a note?
What is music? All right, so 1959 Netherlands. Much more upbeat. And 1960 with France, same sort of vibe. Actually, it sounds like Mary Poppins vibe.
That one sounds kind of kiddish.
Yeah. Oh, 1962 France reminds me of a song. It's a Disney song though.
Do you want to pause?
Yeah, okay.
I have someone asking if we want to give a little review of the Dutch entry this year.
All right, let me have a quick look at my spreadsheet again.
Hi, DJ Games.
Hello. How do you DJ a game?
Maybe he's like, he chooses a soundtrack in the games.
Maybe. Or maybe he plays Drop Mix, in which it's like a DJ music mixing board game. Would recommend. Actually, how cool would it be if Eurovision, like...
What? What are you going to say? How cool is they do?
About...
Huh?
Oh, how cool would it be? Like, so, have I told you about the board game Drop Mix?
I don't think so.
Oh, basically you get this board and you have a bunch of cards, and the cards have sample sounds from different songs. So, for example, I've got the bass line of a Fall Out Boy song, which I could play, and then I could play the vocals of Taylor Swift's 22. And it'll mash them up. It'll mix it together like a DJ.
No way.
And it's a board game, so you can score points. It's so it's like being a DJ, but as a gamified DJ, and you don't have to know anything about music to be able to do it. I'll have to bring it over to you one time because I own it. I did some research on it for honors. But like, how cool would it be if they like got rights to do Eurovision packs?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, so they're owned by Hasbro. That game's owned by Hasbro. So
wow. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look into it.
Sorry, getting a bit nerd. So
which country DJ Games are you from? The Netherlands. Let us know that as well.
Yes.
So what?
We're looking at
okay. What are your thoughts? Since we have reviewed this, so after this, maybe check out the review video of Arcade. But about a month has passed. What are your thoughts on the song at the moment?
Is it the one where it's like having you is a losing game?
Yeah.
And the reason I remember it that way is because it's arcade, because you play games in arcades.
I wonder if that's why they named it, because he never says the word arcade in the song, so maybe that's the choice of title there.
No, it was a good song, but still the favorite thing that stood out to me was his album art on Spotify, because that's what I remember from it too, because he was wearing the Rayquaza t-shirt. No. The Rayquaza t-shirt, man. He should have worn that in the water. I would have been impressed.
The t-shirt, though, isn't that Italy?
Was it?
Yeah, the Pokemon one.
Was it Italy or Netherlands? I can't remember now. I'm gonna look it up. Watch them all have changed their like pictures. Eurovision. Where's my recent playlists?
DJ Games says that he thinks it's a great song. He's from the Netherlands, and he says that the song is about games.
What sort of game? Playing other people, or playing literal game?
Is it a mind game, or is it is it The Sims?
You're right, though. Italy was the Rayquaza shirt. Well, that says that I thought higher of it anyway.
That was your favorite thing about the song. Turn it off.
What copyright? That's the picture. I don't know if it's showing the reflection.
Yeah.
It's very artsy. It's not underwater in the picture.
I still am curious to see how this physical performance will go, because I feel like I haven't put a face to the vocal yet.
Yeah. I guess that is part of it.
Well.
What if he doesn't show his face at all? You look so distressed right now. But hey, no, he doesn't show his face. Like it's the music video is all about vulnerability. What if he does something to emphasize that in the staging, and how would you do that? If like not showing your face is one option, I guess, but how would you portray vulnerability on stage? because you can't get naked on stage.
Yeah, it's tough. Maybe they'll do like a camera journey where they start off with like just like half of his face, like Austria did last year, and then like it'll just be down to his shoulders, and then the end of the song it'll be like his whole body at the end or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't seen the rehearsals yet. I've only seen Australia's rehearsals.
I haven't had time.
Yeah.
Organising new things now. So is he from Netherlands, or does he just like it?
Yeah, I think he said yes, he's from the Netherlands. He said, "Is this all you do on this channel? Talk about ESV? Maybe he means ESC, or do you make some other stuff as well?"
Well, it's your channel, so I'll point to you.
My channel is seasonally about Eurovision. It takes over, and then after that, it's a bit more about there's travel stuff, like flight videos, as well as reviews. I'm trying to do more reviews this year, but reactions and reviews on songs from all over the world as well.
You like your K-pop sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, I really like anything that isn't, I like things that are mainstream from other countries, which I think is really cool, which is why I like Eurovision. I like, Philo music, Indonesian music. I like, Colombian music. I love Nigerian pop. It's pretty cool,
You have to watch that video I linked you earlier.
Yes.
It's talking about... I know you haven't seen it yet because you were editing videos. It's okay. You can wait until the week's over. I understand. But it talks like I was watching it whilst I was waiting for you, and it's talking about J-pop, specifically thinking about like anime music and the influences of the Japanese language on that, but also their influences are like the influences of American jazz in the composition of that music, and then this group was covering a jazz lens. And so how that's then sort of flipped it back again and like talking about the cultural sort of thoughts. And the guy, like the YouTuber that I follow, he's not super into J-pop, I guess, but he was talking to this other guy who is, and they were sort of like riffing back and forth. It was pretty cool. You'll appreciate.
Yeah, really. I know.
That's why I linked it to you.
Yeah,
I only link you the ones you might like.
Yeah, they're good. I'll definitely watch it for sure. I've put in my history. And I know the reason why K-pop has that kind of US sound is actually historical. It's to do with the World War, like during the Korean War, there are a lot of American troops and a lot of American artists that came. So that's why a lot of Koreans at the time got inspired by that American sound.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. DJ Games is okay. DJ Games is saying that he didn't like Waylon last year, who represented Netherlands last year. He was a lot more country. He's like, everybody's got it, wild rhythm. Yeah. It was okay. I actually liked it. He also performed in Calm After the Storm, which came second in 2014, and I actually preferred the last year's song than Calm Before the Storm. So yeah, controversial, I know, but yeah. So
but here's the thing: you can't submit the same thing every year. Otherwise, there's no change, and people will stop watching.
What do you think about artists coming back? We've got about like 3 this year returning.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been super following in previous years, so I can't really comment on that aspect. But I think it's kind of cool. It's like, oh yeah, we're alumni.
There's a combination of artists. There's some people that do Eurovision, and when you ask them, would you do it again? They're like, oh, no, that's done. And then there's other people that are like, oh, I need it back in my life. So, yeah.
It's like high school. Or, well, not high school, except because I don't think I'd do that again. But I loved high school, and people were like, "Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get out of here." And I'm just like, "No, I had a good fun time. Like, you get out of it what you put into it." And it's the same with uni. Some people hate uni, and I'm just like, "No, I'd do that one again."
Yeah, I love uni.
Like, I stayed there for 6 years, and I'm thinking about going back in a few. So, like it's you get out of it whatever you put into it.
Yeah.
And some people at the end of the day they just want the oh yeah, tick, I've done Eurovision. And others are like, no, we were here for the experience, we lived the experience, and we loved the experience.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, ask a question, anyone? In the meantime, do you want to go back to the evolution of Eurovision?
Yeah.
Which year were we up to?
I had it on pause. I was on a year that reminded me of something, but I can't remember which year it was. And my batteries are dying, so my mouse is stuffing up a bit. We're on 1962 France.
Okay.
I might be out of battery. Oh my goodness.
Out of battery for your Mac.
Yep. Mac problems, right? Ooh, it says connected. Someone should make a music out of the dropping of the thingy. It says connected. It's not connected. It's a lie. I'm gonna get some batteries. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay. I shall entertain you all in the meantime. So yeah, we're here live. We're being very nice to you all because it's actually 12:45 a.m. past midnight here on a Tuesday, the day before Eurovision, and yeah. So ask a question. I know it's the afternoon for many of you. Let me know if you have just finished school or university. Maybe you have, and you're at home or on your way home, or if you're at a place where you've just finished work, maybe. Shout out to anyone in kind of Turkey, Israel, Armenia area. Let me know where you're from if you're watching this as well. Comment. Oh, okay. We actually have someone here. We have Elliot Harris from ESC.
Hey, from where, sorry?
You know Stuart's YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's someone from there. Hey, Elliot. Is Elliot in Israel? I think, I'm not sure. But he asks us, how excited are you to see Kate Miller-Heidke's full performance? Very. Can't wait. But I can. I love the. I actually like. I'm someone who likes the suspense. I'm like, I'm waiting till Wednesday morning, but when it happens, I'll be super excited.
Well, I'm not staying up. I'm not getting up in time to watch it because I have a work meeting on Wednesday, and I'm just like, well, Eurovision, get paid.
Yeah.
Get paid. Gone out. But I am very keen to watch it.
Will you be watching the grand final live on Sunday?
I might watch the start of it. I won't be able to watch the end because I've got Sunday school, so I can't bail on that. But what time does it start again? Like 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can watch the start, and then I have to leave the house at at the latest 9. But it depends on how much I drink the night before.
Yeah, I don't know when it ends. It may end around then.
Yeah, I think it was ending around then, but it depended. It sort of just depended on how long it went, sort of vibe. But I know we were originally talking about potentially watching it together. This is at the start of our review.
Yeah.
Time. And I'm like, yeah, if I do that, I have to cancel Sunday school that week. But I can't. I'm probably good at the start of the review season. Okay.
Okay. Elliot says he's not in Israel, sadly. He wish he was. He's busy planning for his trip to Malta next year. That's
so Malta's got to win.
From Malta. I will say I'll give everyone an exclusive to this results video that's coming up. But there was a particular juror who I I have to
Is that
say.
me? Are we
I'm
talking
not,
about me?
no. I'm
Okay,
not
cool.
going to give anything away. But the juror had a really different opinion to everyone, and I think I actually liked that our results were so diverse. But there was some and like, okay, say there was a particular country that was like 12th, 9th, 8th, and then they were like 38th. And they kept like buzz killing all of us, all three of us. It's very funny, but you'll have to see it. But yeah.
I am keen to see what the others have sort of ranked things
Yeah.
because, like, I want to know. Like, I obviously had a very specific system for mine,
Yeah.
and how I ranked it, and that was because I wanted to sort of like keep my like heart out of it, but also in it a little bit, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
so, like, I'm assuming Lamb has just done it all heart,
Yeah.
100% heart ranking, and so it'll be interesting to see where his fall. You and Stuart sort of strike me as a bit more 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Stuart's probably going to lean more towards preference over heart over analysis than you, is my guess.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
And so, what do you think? I am more heart over analysis.
I think. Oh, I don't know. Like, I think you talk about heart in your videos, but at the end of the day, you think if it's done well, you're okay with it, even if it's not like your fave.
Yeah.
Whereas Stuart's are like, no, I hate it or I love it.
I correctly predicted the jury winner last year. Can I just say? So, and that was a shock.
Yes, see, so you think about the analysis as well as that, and like the heart is like your own opinion, but you're like, I can put that aside for the sake of analysis.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Elliot says Chameleon will be the winner. Loved Michaela since October when she appeared in the national selection, the X Factor. Michaela's a good singer. What do you think of Michaela just as a singer? Chameleon.
Fab. Like, she just had such an out there like sound as well.
Yeah.
I loved it. But you know,
I feel like
that doesn't say anything about my rankings, does it?
I feel like
Which is probably
generally Maltese people are just good singers all around. I was saying to my friend who's Filipino, I was like, Filipinos and Maltese people need to get together more because you're both great singers.
all the Pinoy. All the singing.
I remember when I had a one of my friends Filipino and I went to like a Filo Fiesta in Rose Hill and they were like Pinoy Idol, Pinoy Aussie Idol.
What?
It's
That's
very funny.
awesome.
And then they're like, to sing "Run to You" is Sarah, and then the next singer is like, and the next singer to sing "Run to You" is Jessica, like, because it's like "Run to You" by Whitney Houston. They love that song.
That's it. That's the only song you can perform. Done. like the UK's selection for the nationals, except instead of having 3 songs, it's 1 song. and it's not like it's just that song.
Watch that happen next year. They'll be like the Laurel Barker contest. It's a Laurel Barker song, and everyone has to sing it differently.
Or just, you know, Laura Barker writes 6 songs and they auction them off.
6 songs, yeah.
Countries vote for their favorite, and whichever one votes the highest for each one gets it.
Elliot, I don't think I heard Michaela sing "Power of Love." I only saw like 2 episodes of X Factor Malta, and there's someone called Malakanayam who says hi. Hi.
Hey,
Hi, Malaika.
I like your name.
Malaika, I think it is Malaika. So yeah, getting nice comments.
Because we're nice people.
Yes, I'm sure Elliot is super busy like me right now. I think he's Stuart's kind of UK based person at the moment, while they're all in Israel living it up.
Yeah, probably then. Super busy. Yeah, how'd you get the short straw?
Yeah, so cool. Just ask some questions. Anything Eurovision preferred, but anything would be cool.
I want to figure out what 1962 reminded me of.
1962. Oh yeah, you watching it still? Okay.
Well, not still, but like I paused it and I'm like, it reminded me of the song. And watch, I'll have forgotten now. I'm going back and rewinding it.
Okay. And you can continue if you want.
Oh, it's Beauty and the Beast. It reminds me of the song that Belle sings with the book when she gets the book and she goes, "Oh, is it
It's
this
crazy.
amazing?" Just that little snippet, just the way in which it's sung reminds me of 1962 Twitter from France.
Here's where he meets Prince
Prince
Charm,
Charming.
but she doesn't know that till
She won't discover him till chapter 3.
chapter 3.
So there you go.
Have you
That's what it
seen,
reminds me of.
have you seen Miranda Sings do a cover of that? It's Miranda Sings with Miranda plays every character, and there's like
Yeah.
it's just like, oh no, it's actually Colleen and Miranda's in it, and Colleen plays Belle, and she's like, I love this book, and she's like, if you love it so much, why don't you marry it? Take it, I dare you. She's like, Miranda, thanks. She's like, no, don't take it, it's stealing.
Did you watch the Netflix series of Miranda Sings?
Yeah, Haters Back Off. So good.
Yeah. It didn't get renewed. What are your thoughts on that?
I know, but you know what I'm going to say? That the thing is, I love the idea of Haters Back Off. I love the show of Haters Back Off. I love the casting. But to me, I think there was lacking a script. And I feel like they only had 8 shows a season. And I feel like they did a lot of episode fillers where it was kind of just, there's going to be a minor storyline in this episode. And I was like, you only have 8 episodes. And then the last episode of each season would be action packed. And I was like, I feel like you're not really like embracing the whole series, but
yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a parody sort of series in itself, and so I think it would have been hard for non-YouTube watchers to get into.
Yeah, totally. A lot of critics didn't like it. They were like, okay, like I guess
it's a persona. It's a large life persona, which is,
yeah,
a diva, but also like who thinks she's the top shit, but she isn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's literally the definition of a diva, isn't it?
Well, according to Beyonce, it's a female version of a hustler.
Okay.
Diva.
That said, shows I am excited for. There's a show that was made for Facebook and YouTube, which is now getting aired on Channel 7 in Australia and going to get a deal with Netflix called Rostered On.
Oh,
it's about
that.
retail. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's already on. I think it was on ABC for a little while.
Oh, it might have been. But like, how often do like random startups end up making it to television in Australia?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And like it's about retail, so you've got enough like people who can understand the vibes of the TV show and relate to the frustration portrayed in the TV show. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, it wasn't Rostered On. I'm thinking of a show called Overworked.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. Okay, well, ask your questions away. In the meantime, do you want to continue evolution?
Ooh, Denmark's kind of cool for 1963.
Mm.
It kind of had a more modern vibe to it without, being too modern.
Do you know, 1964 Eurovision, they've lost the footage to that.
How?
I think they said like a factory fire or something, and there was like only one. Like
no one has backups.
because back then people didn't really back up anything.
Yeah. Oh.
And also
There you
the second contest, they can't find the original footage of that.
This
Yeah.
is why it always pays to back up your work, guys.
If they had a technician there, he would have been like,
I told them to do it. I told them to like get their stuff in order. Did they listen to me? No. Why would they? Rookies. Are English entry, like English lyrics, more common thing these days compared to when it started?
Yeah, because back then French was considered like the English
Of Europe.
Yeah.
I've got like probably an unpopular opinion, but I actually am not the hugest fan of French in songs.
Ooh, why is that?
Like I know it's the language of love, but like I downloaded one like a number of years ago now, this free CD off like Bandcamp or something, and it was French rap. And ever since then, I just can't because it was that bad of an album.
Oh no.
And like I kind of had it on my iTunes for a bit, and so I'd listened to it like when I first downloaded it. I'm like, oh, this probably isn't for me. But I left it on iTunes, and so every now and then on shuffle to come on, and I'd just be like, oh my goodness, it's bloody French again. And it was just that was it. I was like, nah, I'm out. I can't. French speaking, no problem. Rap, I can't. And then the music and stuff is kind of
French rap.
sorry.
Stromae.
I don't know who that is.
It's the only French rapper I know.
Oh, I have no idea who it was. It was probably some indie artist, but like, so maybe he was just a really bad rapper. But
no, he's destroyed.
It just tainted the language for me. But I also watched a video about counting in French today, and that was kind of funny, and how like they just like do maths with their counting. It's like it's instead of like 91, it's 4 20s plus 4 times 20 plus 1 is like the plus 10 plus 1. That's how you say 91. 410 420 10 1. Like why not just say 91? That was yeah, so
yeah.
Then again, English is a bastard of language, so I can't really critique it too much. Oh, we get some color. It's kind of funny to see how like the transition has gone. Like obviously they have to stand in the center of the stage because that was the limitations of the technology. They had a standing mic only and that was it. But like as the years have progressed, they've sort of added things into the background to make it a bit more interesting. And like obviously now you're moving around stage constantly. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I know. I always find that interesting. Have you gotten to 1969 yet?
I've passed. I can go back.
No, I was just going to say 1969. When they tallied up the results and there were 4 winners, and they were like, okay, 4 winners. What do we do in an event of a tiebreak? And they were like, we never thought of this, and so they had to announce 4 winners, and they only have 1 trophy, and like kept rotating it to all of them. And so after that, they made a tiebreak rule, which is if you have the same results, it's whoever had the most 12 points becomes the winner. And if you still have the same amount of 12 points, it's whoever has the most amount of 10 points. And until 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They've only had that happen once in 1991, I think it was, between Sweden and France, and they both had the same amount of 12 points, but then Sweden had one more country give 10 points to them, so they became the winner. So it's the only other time they've had to exercise their tiebreak.
From 4 to none to 2.
Yeah.
4 though, that's a lot.
Yeah, and they all had to sing again as a reprise.
Yeah, so you say it'll finish at 9 a.m. Yeah, are you sure? We could have a lot of winners with the exact same scores all the way down to 0.
Yeah, they might be tallying it up.
Someone should rig Eurovision one year. That'd be hilarious. All winners.
You're all winners, literally.
Oh, we got to handheld mics.
Which year are you up to now?
Which is kind of funny because, when you've got a standing mic, you have 2 hands. You can do stuff with your hands. Handheld mics, oh, you got 1 hand. We're going to go to that.
Which year are you up to?
73. I do keep pausing though to talk. But I critique that, but I'd go a handheld mic over a standing mic any day.
Yeah, you think so? You'd have to pull the cord along if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got more control over your dynamics and stuff. Like a standing mic, it's kind of like, yeah.
How do you think, imagine having to pull, I was watching Lulu actually do a performance in the 70s, and she had this cord, and she had to, the cord was going, from the other side of the stage, and she kept having to, pull it and hold, a whole heap of it in her hand. Yeah. It kind of limits you, but I guess...
A little bit.
I guess going from having to stand in one spot, you probably feel like you have all the space now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've just realized that we've sort of transitioned to the English lyrics. I just haven't paid as much attention.
Oh, actually, do you want to pause? The reason why maybe a lot of them sang in French was because there was a rule that kind of came and went in different years, that you had to sing in your native language. So a lot of the countries at the time were French speaking, like Luxembourg and Monaco and France and all that. Yeah. But then the year ABBA came in was when they abolished that rule, and so they chose to sing in English. But then a few years later, they changed the rule back to native language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Weird rule. What if you want 3 languages, like Denmark?
Yeah, I know.
It's limiting their creative opportunity.
And one year there was a group that sang in Swahili, and another year a group sang in gibberish.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're writing a Eurovision song. We're creating our own language, Mitch.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have to do that. Did you ever know a song that was like Adi Adi Amus Latte Adi Adi Amusa?
Wait, no, keep singing.
Ariana Tuslate Adua.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's in
because I'm like, wait, I think I know the end of that. Keep The costumes are just so weird. I mean, I guess that hasn't changed, has it?
No.
Oh, 1980 Ireland. This guy looks like a young Ashton Kutcher. Relevant. Yeah, UK one in 1981. They sound very British. Ooh, sequence. Yeah, Norway. Rock it.
The Belgium one, she was 13 when she won. She lied about her age.
What?
Yeah, because the limit was at the time 15, I think, and she said she's 15, but then turned out later she was 13.
Jeez. People are talented. Oh, young Ashton Kutcher came back, but he doesn't look like Ashton Kutcher anymore. Devo.
Age.
Disappoint. Well, hello, Celine.
Yeah, did you know that she is in Eurovision?
I did not. But it doesn't really surprise me either, if that makes sense. I like Italy's 1991.
Yeah, that was written just when the Berlin Wall was taken down. So
Oh, awesome. Sweden's 1991 song reminds me of something else. I don't know who it's by, and I don't know what it's called, but it like goes, "Tell everybody." Da, 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 da. Do you know that song?
yeah, but I can't think of who it is.
Yeah, me neither. And that's the only words I got. Oh, well, doesn't matter that much.
And the song Why Me was written by the guy from 1980 and 1987.
Small world, isn't it? It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
Oh, I found the not the vocal one, the violin one.
Ah, yes. No,
I remember you telling me about that. So it's now a rule that you have to have vocals, right?
I don't know, but it would be kind of weird. The jury would never vote highly because you now, back then it was live, like you could play live, but now you can't play instruments live. So it would just be backing the whole time. So
Surely you could boycott that by arguing that your instrument has a voice and it is playing the melody. Could you do that? Do you reckon?
no instruments are very strict. But once
A voice is an instrument, though. Like,
yeah,
come on.
I know, but they only allow vocals. 2007 Bulgaria had like a whole heap of drums, like kind of like bongo drums, but like not like bongo drums, you know, like full big drums like that. And they had like a wall of them, and they kind of played it. And because their mics were like attached to their head, you could actually hear them playing. And I feel like that was the only time in this country.
It was sort of cheating.
Yeah, I think they cheated a little.
Did they rank well though?
Yeah, they came fifth.
You know what that says?
I know.
We need more instruments.
There's a whole community in the UK that's like, make Eurovision live again.
Why do you think they'll stand a better chance with that? I shouldn't throw shade. Like, what authority do I have to throw shade?
They're like, oh, and by the way, Brexit, we're doing that.
Yeah. They're like, we'll come back if you make Eurovision live.
Ask a question, anyone, as well.
Katarina and the Waves. I recognize that band name.
Yeah, that's they wrote the song "I'm Walking on Sunshine."
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. Gee, they really do fluctuate between sounding current and then really old again.
Yeah.
Like 2000 sounded really 2000-ish.
Yeah.
In fact, I would argue it was probably ahead of its time. And then let's just sort of like jump back 10 years again. I love that they the 2006 winner titled their song "Hard Rock Hallelujah," just in case you didn't realize.
I know. Oh, I used to get so annoyed at that. I'm like, yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know.
really? Do you think the audience doesn't realize?
It's like an anthem to a genre. It's like, yeah, hard rock.
It's like what's the band? Oh, I've totally forgotten the name. They did a 4 chord song on YouTube. They became really popular, and they did like a really no. I'm googling the band.
But I guess country music sings songs about country, where they're like, "This is country."
Yeah, but don't title it like that. The band I was thinking of was Axis of Awesome. It's like a parody of themselves.
Oh,
Do you know of Axis of Awesome?
I don't think I do.
Oh, I got more videos to link you then.
Okay.
Ooh, live instrument in 2008 still.
Yeah, it looks live, but it's not. There's no mic on it.
Oh, clever then. "2012" sounds like the 90s. Like, oh, maybe it's not 90s. Maybe it's 2005. Heaven? Baby, you're all that I
Oh, yeah,
want.
yeah.
Hear my heart. I think that's 2005. It reminds me of my early internet days. That's all I'm going to say with that.
I think it was like 2003, 2004.
Yeah. But like back when I first started using the internet, that was the soundtrack to every like website I was going on. They'd have like those auto player things, and it just automatically start playing. And be like, "Yep, this is what you're listening to now. It is the sound of the internet." And then a few years in, I started like, okay, got iTunes and stuff, or whatever the equivalent was then, and so I'd start listening to my own music. But my brother and I used to try and like compete about which song was most played. So then my soundtrack of the internet became not so much that anymore, but either Good Charlotte's The Anthem, or I was listening to Pink You in Your Hand.
Oh, wow.
And so it was just those 2 songs would be playing on the computer, because we have one computer. We'd have to like take turns to play games or whatever. But those were always the songs in the background when we were playing. And so those are things that all remind me of the internet.
You know,
Nostalgia.
Pink got asked to go on a show and sing You in Your Hand, and they were like, but because of network regulations, we want you to sing just You in Your Heart tonight. She was like, no.
That's a little extreme. Like, I know it's got some swears in there and stuff. I'm like, oh, I thought you were going to go with like, you can't swear on it. But You in Your Heart tonight. Nah, mate, You in Your Hand. And the thing is, yeah, the people who you're like trying to protect aren't going to understand what it is until they're older. Exactly. Yeah. And like, I started using the internet when I was like quite young, so that was my soundtrack. I had no idea what that meant. Think about it. Like, It's a wonder I didn't get in trouble because of the swears in the song. My mum would have been pissed if she realised. Man, 2014 was so long ago. Oh, I like Ukraine from 2016. It's got a cool sound.
They beat Australia.
I feel like 2014 was the start of my accidental acknowledgement of what happened in Eurovision. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't an intentional thing. It was just sort of when it started becoming part of the filter I'm in.
yeah. I feel like 2012 or 2014 is when people got into Eurovision that like started
But
getting.
like that said, like 2014 I recognized, 2015 I sort of recognized the tune. 2016 I had no clue, but I liked it. That's the one I commented on. But like
Yeah,
that's something I'd listen to like outside of that.
yeah, I like,
And then
but it beat Australia. The interesting thing there was the jury mix and the televote because Russia came first in the televote with Sergei Lazarev, and the jury voted him fifth, and so he became third. And then the jury voted Australia first, and the televote voted us fourth, which made us second. And then the jury voted Ukraine second, and the televote voted Ukraine second, which meant that she became first. So everyone.
But it's a cool song.
Pardon?
Cool song though.
Yeah, I like it. The first time I heard it, it made me feel really emotional. So, and it was the first song in years that actually, like, she sings in Crimean. Like, how cool is that? And it's the first song since 2007 that was in a language other than English that won.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 2017 though, I had no idea what that song was. In 2018, like I knew of, but I hadn't seen the live performance. So
some people say that Israel entry is cultural appropriation with her. Is it like a kimono she has on?
It was just getting those like J-pop vibes and K-pop vibes. But
then someone interviewed her and they were like, there's reports that, your performance was cultural appropriation. She's like, I don't even know what you mean. I don't know what that word means.
Your face is cultural appropriation.
So yeah, I was going to ask you what you think the significance of a music video is, because some people don't say you shouldn't judge a music video for the entry. And then
a lot of people say that.
Yeah, a lot of people do say that. Even I don't know if you saw in one of the videos, Lamb said he doesn't look at the video, like he judges solely on the song. And some people criticize it. I was showing you guys the music video and not just like live performances or something. So what's your take on the use of a music video? Because it's really a promotional video.
I think the music video is a way to tell a story. Your song has a meaning, obviously. Well, actually, that's not necessarily obvious. Generally, your song should have a meaning, and you're trying to sell that to your audience. You're trying to get them to connect with that on a personal level. And sometimes people will listen to a song, they'll fall in love immediately, and that's great. But that's not always the case. And the music video is a really great way to like get in on it, like to sort of connect in a different way. So UK's music video I thought was really interesting. Like I didn't review it for your channel because I hadn't seen it before you did our reviews. But in terms of the song, I'm like, all right, so it's bigger than us. Cool. Like it's a bit vague. that's what it's about. It's just, that. And then I watched the music video and I'm like, well, actually, that tells a different story to how I sort of like interpreted it. It moved it away from it being bigger than us, just being, a generalism, like a you do you ism, if that makes sense. It's just bigger than us, and then it sort of gave it a really tangible idea of, it's space, it's love, it's, connection, it's friendship, it's growing up. It's all of this. It's life. Life is bigger than us, but these little things are what makes up of it. And I could connect to that song a lot better after watching that video. So, I think in that sense it's really interesting. But at the end of the day, you're right. You probably don't need the music video. And it's probably why a lot of artists, musicians don't get music videos these days. It costs too much and it's not worth the return. But for Eurovision, it's a promotional activity, as you said, and you're selling the song as best you can in a way which hopefully your audiences will understand and connect to. It's not just about the live performance on the night. It's about the hype and the lead up in as it goes. Australia, for example, because I've got a lot of that media attention in my sphere, they've done a lot of hype about the live performance and the staging and the literal trends, the literal understanding of that staging from what the lyrics are with zero gravity. You've got the space background, you're going to have the poles disappear. You've got this really ethereal sort of staging. If they had a video to go with that, you bet they would be promoting the shit out of that too. It's all about selling the song and the narrative in that song, and it's how they're trying to get the votes. And I'm sure every country is doing the same thing with their music videos. They're trying to really push that narrative in order to get people to connect, therefore to try and get people to drive and vote for them. Not drive, but the drive to vote for them.
Yeah. And also I feel like afterwards as well, it kind of helps. Have a music video. Not really as much now, I guess, because back in the day you had shows like Video Hits where they used to Rage.
All the rage.
Yeah. Now people kind of just watch on their own on YouTube, but still.
At the end of the day, it's kind of cool. You can see that narrative. Why is YouTube such a big thing? If people didn't care about videos at all, YouTube wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Right? Why put a cover of a song you've done on YouTube rather than SoundCloud?
Yeah, exactly.
Because people want to see, people want to engage, people want to connect. And it's a lot easier to connect with people with visuals rather than just audio, I guess. So I guess the argument from there could be, well, why do we need the music video if we've got the live stage performance? And prior to the competition, you don't have that necessarily. You get some national selections, yes, but not all of them have that. And so you don't necessarily have that live stage performance in the lead up. So they've got something to promote, this music video, this connection. But also, I don't think the live stage performances tell a story as such, or in the same way that the music videos tend to. It's less about telling a story and more about putting on a show. Kind of like associating a musical to a cabaret. The musical sort of focuses on the narrative, whereas the cabaret focuses on the performance, if that makes sense. It's about the show versus the storyline that's in it.
Yeah.
Super. I did not expect to give you that answer. I didn't really think about it before I started talking. I'm like, no, this works. This makes sense.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think the music videos are a really good promotional way to tell a story as well visually before the actual night. Yeah, and I think it just really helps the entry.
But at the same time, not everyone's gonna want to watch that. And different people focus on different parts of the competition.
I will say generally, I have I knew this girl when I was in high school, and she hated music videos. She's like, no, it's kind of, you know how like when you read a book and you see the movie and you're like, it's not what I imagined. And that's her take on songs. She's like, no, it just gives me a visual interpretation that I did not ever think of. So she didn't follow music videos.
Interesting. I mean, the history of music videos, especially when Rage was around, though, like it was funded by like advertising. It was product placement and stuff. These days, it's more of a labor of love, and let's get some buzz so that we can create some articles about it, so that we can get attention for the song to be sold, rather than we're going to get sponsored by Coca-Cola. We're going to have Coca-Cola cans in our Lady Gaga wig.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have a Vodafone sponsorship or something, or whatever the rage is at the time. Like, that's how the music video industry survived. It was all 100% people putting their products in the videos, and that was the biggest driving factor of the music videos. It wasn't so much the audience, they had people willing to pay to create them because people would watch them. So
yeah,
it's like, back then, I don't know, was the story as important, or was the product more important than the story and the integrity of the song?
Yeah, it's true. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll just double check if we have any questions. Oh, do have some questions. Okay.
Oh, sorry, guys, we're not ignoring you. You're just getting on rants.
All right. This is where the dark web comes into play, I feel like. Someone's saying, sometimes I think I am... Okay, Arch Stanton is saying, sometimes I think I am a fish, but I am actually not. Okay, this...
Is that official?
I sexually identify as a deep fried fish. That means I am attracted to vegetable oil and frying pans.
Okay, my first question is, how does that relate to the dark web? I don't think that's at all associated, Mitch.
I don't know.
I think you're looking more at the furry community and association with animals, except usually it would be called a fursona, but I don't think fish have fur. So is it scale communities and scale sonar? Is that where we're going?
I love how you put serious thought to these things. Like, I like when I was talking about bestiality, you're like, no, it totally get disqualified.
I don't know. What do you want me to respond with?
It's hilarious. Arch, yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know where you are, but anyway.
Mariana Trench, if it's a fish.
Hmm.
And if you're talking about the dark web, like, the dark web is, the deepest corners of the internet, and therefore the equivalent of that for fish would be the Mariana Trench, which is like, what, 12 foot deep?
Oh, did I disappoint you with making a dark web reference and not giving you something dark enough?
Well, the dark web is about, like, shady stuff more.
Yeah.
And like,
someone told me about it, and then I was watching House of Cards and they were talking about it.
I feel like we did we do future cultures together?
No.
Or cyber cultures back then? Oh, like, there was a lesson with Chris where we were all gonna, like, do a collaborative prezi on the dark web and, like, do some research and stuff and all log on, and then, like, someone found out we weren't allowed to do it, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all right. We did other things, but it's like, what? You can't let a bunch of university students go on dark web for class. It'll be dodgy hours.
It's hilarious.
Or maybe I've misremembered and we did it and I didn't pay attention. Oh. Were there other questions, or just, fishy things?
Only that comment about being a fish. Let's see if
He was just fishing for a reaction.
Yeah. We're not gonna give you a bite.
Just a bunch of puns instead. You're welcome.
Is he there now? He's not there. I don't know if it's a he. That's Arch. So might give it maybe 5 more minutes and then we might say goodnight.
Okay.
Yeah. If anyone's watching, let us know where you're watching from. Very curious.
So that group you added me to, am I allowed to talk smack about it on this?
Yeah. I didn't know if you actually joined, but
I did join because it gave me a, if you don't join this, we're gonna stop showing you posts. And I'm like, well, some of the posts are interesting, not all of them.
What do you think
so
about?
my smack I would like to talk about this group is that everyone asks the same question, multiple times a day. What's your number one? That is the one question that's constant. It's like, do you guys not read each other's posts? Are you just like, are you bored? Are you just, don't know what to do? What's your number one? Oh, I don't know. Maybe look at the last post that asked it, or the 500 others that are out there. Come on.
I know. That's true.
And then it's like, what's your top 5 then? It's like, well, you're not the first person to ask that either. like, get out.
Did you see that they're threatening blocking people for this week if they say something disrespectful? They're like, if you say something disrespectful, you're blocked for Eurovision week. Which is like the worst threat you could give one of them.
I mean, I did see a post that's like, someone banned this guy who keeps commenting negatively on everyone's post. And I was just like, suck it up. Suck it up.
Yeah. I think a lot of them don't realize freedom of speech.
No. Or, logic of search bar.
Yeah.
How pretty does Kate look, though?
Yeah, so nice. Yeah,
So
on the orange carpet.
And she's still got like the crown theme happening.
And but I feel like it's a different type of crown as well.
Maybe she should have teamed up with Kruna.
Yeah, I was thinking that
today. Who's got the better crown?
Yeah.
Time will tell.
It's funny because SBS was doing like a live feed video last night, and they were saying ask your questions, and I asked a whole bunch of questions, and then they ended up asking like the ones I didn't look like. They weren't choosing my questions, so then I was like, talk about your new song Ernie, and then they asked that. But then one of the other questions I asked was like, does your dress ever get caught in Hatari's outfit backstage? But then the person reading the questions out didn't really get what I said, and she's like, so Mitchell wants to know, do you ever try on Hatari's outfits?
That's even better though.
He was so freaked out by my question. She's like, no, I admire from afar.
That's so funny though. I mean, to be fair, I would be pretty freaked out if someone asked me that too. Because, it's like the way that I'd interpret that is like, you're being super sexual about it. But
yeah, it's not even what I was asking.
Reaction level though. Hilarious. Why do you think they've gone for an orange carpet instead of a red?
I don't know. Last year it was a blue carpet. So it's like the trend to pick a color. There might be a reason. If anyone's watching, can you tell us why it's an orange carpet?
I'm looking at this picture that someone's posted of Duska and Tamta, and Duska looks super chill and like on the orange carpet, and Tamta just looks like an Oompa Loompa because her legs are orange. She's like, that is so flattering.
Tamta seems really serious. I've seen some things of her being interviewed, and she's just a serious person.
Quite opposite to the video then.
Oh, really? Because I'm still trying to see one where she like cuts loose and she's really happy and she's.
Well, see, the video is all like, super sex. Summary of the video.
The music video of Replay?
Yeah, the music video.
Yeah, she looks really. I haven't seen her be like that apart from the music video.
Well, guess they're not into the K-fab like Iceland.
Did you see the video? Well, you probably haven't if you didn't see the rehearsal clips, but they had the official rehearsal clips, which I've only watched Australia's, but I saw someone on the fan club had recorded, like someone in the actual venue had recorded on their camera a little clip of the rehearsal, and it was of Tam to Replay. And they were filming, and it was like, I saw you coming, like that bit. It was like, I saw you coming, and then there were like fireworks. They're like, boom, 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 and then he's like, oh my god! The camera's like, it's like they got so scared, expecting it. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, well, no one's asking any more questions, so I think we might leave it there.
Cool.
Hope we answered your questions. Yeah, but thanks so much, Elysse. Great to hang out again.
Yeah. Next time we'll have to get out drop mix.
Next time we'll have to what?
Get out drop mix, the music DJ board.
Yeah, totally. I'm interested.
I have to find more batteries for that too.
Okay, awesome. Thank you everyone who watched, and if you're watching this non-live, well, if you've gotten this far, I question.
Feel free to comment.
Yeah, feel free to comment.
Anyway.
Comment, because
I'm sure Mitchell will direct me to anything I can answer.
Yeah, we check them out sometimes, so comment and we'll comment back. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to see any more other Eurovision review videos or that kind of thing. Ranking video out very shortly. Okay. All right.
Get it good.
All right. Have a good. Oh, by the way, to this Tuesday morning, our time will be the jury night for Eurovision.
Isn't it Tuesday morning now?
Yeah, but I mean, like at 5 a.m. our time. So
okay.
I don't know if you worked this out, but because they have the way that they do the jury is they actually do the night before they do the whole show just for jury members. So the jury don't vote the same time, like they don't vote live, because I think it's a bit of a process, because the jury, the way that the jury vote actually super cool. Like they actually have to rank from 1 to 17, whereas a televote just texts your favorite. And so it's a bit more of a process. So the jury, Kate will be performing in a few hours for the jury. And so the 50% of the jury vote will go towards whatever happens. And that's unaired.
Well, I hope she's over her jet lag.
Yeah, I think she's okay now. But apparently 3 people in the Australian delegation are super sick and they've quarantined them to a hotel room. And they're like, you're not allowed to walk out of the hotel room.
And they're like, but we need to vote for our girl.
Yeah.
Have they quarantined them yet? Can you imagine though, like an Aussie like representative there to be part of the jury throwing tinnies on stage at the artist they don't like?
Well, did you hear that there was like someone who streaked in 2017 in Ukraine? There's a guy that came up with an Australian flag on and then pulled his pants down, and then and I was like, oh my god, I was so embarrassed, and I was like, but I'm not surprised. But then it ended up not being an Australian; he just had an Australian flag on. But I was like, yeah, it's so believable. Okay.
Yeah, no, I did say that.
Yeah.
But you want to end that note?
Yeah, we're going to end now. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Ciao.